corridor in the museum sure feels good on a hot day because of the shade. Oh wow, one of the beavers is out swimming. What is really neat is that we can go underground and watch him swim. Southern Arizona, which is part of the Sonora Desert, used to have rivers that flow through grassy valleys. These beaver and otter pools are recreated from the pools that used to be common along the Santa Cruz River in Tucson. The beaver can swim up to 5 miles an hour, and they can stay underwater for 15 minutes. They have transparent eyelids that function like goggles. The river otter can dive to depths of 35 feet or more, swimming at speeds up to 7 miles an hour. And they can stay underwater for about 4 minutes. Both the otter and the beaver have webbed feet to help them swim. The otter is a perfect example of being excited and joyous about life. It is refreshing to watch him swim. While underground, we checked out the aquariums of native fishes. We got back on top in just enough time to watch the beaver get out of the water. You can see he is more graceful underwater. Couldn't resist this cute shot of the river otter. The coati are also in the riparian corridor. They are newcomers to the desert from the tropics. They were first sighted in Arizona in 1892. Their population currently appears to be expanding northward into riparian areas that still contain dependable sources of water. We can get nose to nose through the viewing window or tail to tail. This turkey vulture walked right up to the fence. I was told that she usually wasn't that social. Maybe she sensed that I was fascinated with her and actually found her beautiful, because I realized how important vultures are to the ecosystem of the desert. And this male roadrunner was just delightful. The keeper told me that she learned it was best just to let him do his mating ritual. The bighorn sheep are always fascinating to watch. This is a ram or boy lamb born to one of the museum's female sheep. This is what's so appealing about the museum. You never know what you're going to find when you visit. Even at this young age, we can see how agile and sure-footed the bighorn sheep are. They can use a ledge only 2 inches wide and bounce from ledge to ledge over spans as wide as 20 feet. They can zigzag over mountain slopes at 15 miles an hour. Desert bighorns rest during the heat of the summer days, and they feed at night. They eat the juicy insides of cactus by removing spines with their hoofs and horns. Amazingly, they can swim easily despite their bulk and the weight of their horns. Male horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. The desert tortoise is able to live where ground temperatures may exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit. They can live up to 80 to 100 years. They are herbivores, and much of their water intake comes from the moisture in grasses and wildflowers they consume in the spring. A tortoise can survive a year or more without access to water. They are strictly land animals, and they spend 95% of their life underground in burrows. It is unlawful to touch, harass, harm, or collect a wild desert tortoise. 2 outstanding programs are held in the Warren Oasis Theater. Running Wild stars some of the cutest desert critters to illustrate how important fur, feathers, and scales are to desert animals. This is a must-see. Live and on the Loose, sort of, addresses the myths and misconceptions of the desert's venomous reptiles. Today we meet, at a safe distance, a Gila monster and a rattlesnake. We are given tips on how to keep from being bitten, and it's all common sense. Call the museum for the dates and times of these great programs. We can hear the different bird calls from the aviary even before we get there. The walk-in aviary has nearly 40 species of native birds that live together. Life Underground is a short underground tunnel that houses nocturnal animals that sleep in the day in the cool underground, like the kit fox. The desert garden area illustrates how cooling and beautiful landscaping can be using low water plants. And homeowners can attract all sorts of wildlife using native plants. Between using native flowering plants and cactus, something is blooming year-round, which attracts native and migrating hummers, harmless native bees, and butterflies, and the occasional spiny-tailed lizard. The hummingbird aviary is a must-see. The aviary is the most successful zoological institution in breeding captive hummingbirds. While renovating the aviary in 1992, it was discovered as to how important spider webs are to nest building, since the webs hold the nest together and allows for the nest to expand as the nestlings grow. Here is a female broad-billed sitting on her nest. You can see how the webbing holds the leaves together. To me, her nest looks like an elaborate chandelier. It was so exciting to be able to watch a mother costas build a nest, feed her young, and then thrill to the excitement of fledglings flying from the nest. Keep your eye on this guy. When he goes, it's fast. The last indoors exhibit is the Fishes and Amphibian Room. This is the poisonous Colorado river toad that we saw earlier, and yes, it is alive. Seasonally, the museum presents the exciting and popular raptor-free flight programs. You have the opportunity to see birds of prey native to the Sonoran Desert fly and hunt in their native habitat. Keep your eye on the Harris's hawk coming in for a landing. Watch the audience duck. Even though the birds are excellent flyers and nobody has ever been hit. This is the great horned owl, who is the predator for the skunk. Remember, the owl has little sense of smell but excellent vision. The ferruginous hawk, largest hawk in North America, and the black-tailed prairie dog's predator. See up close the distinctive heart-shaped facial disc of the barn owl, the best rodent exterminator anywhere. The Chihuahua raven, hard to keep up with because she is such a fast flyer. That's due to how her feathers are colored and constructed. Oh, and be amused with the antics of the greater roadrunner, though he is a formidable predator. Call the museum for dates and times of these great programs. This concludes part 2 of the Unique Views of Nature Travels to the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. Hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as we did creating it. As you can see, the museum is a fun, unique place to visit. If you missed part 1, be sure to look for it on YouTube. Also, visit us at www.uniqueviewsofnature.com for our other unique videos and beautiful photograph note cards available for purchase. Watch for our new videos about our travels to other unique places to visit.